In three, two, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Entab CampusCare EdTalks, a platform exclusively for the stalwarts of education, where they express their viewpoints for burning topics related to education and society. Before I begin, let me quickly introduce you to EdTap. We are a 20-year-old IT company engaged in providing matured and futuristic school ERP, CRM, mobile apps, etc. to the schools spread across India and help in transforming them from good schools to great ones. Before I begin, let me quickly, introduce our panel of discussion and the topic. The topic for the day is time for new heroes. So, for that very purpose, we have two very special guests with us. Please welcome Ritu Khaneja ma'am, the principal of Guru Nanak Dev Global Academy, Amritsar, Punjab. In her educational journey of more than 2 decades, ma'am has been teaching English at various levels. Ma'am loves writing stories and poems for children too. Welcome on board, ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Mr. Neeraj Mohanpuri, the principal of Satyug Darshan Vidyalaya, Faridabad, Haryana. For his contribution to the field of education, Sir has been awarded with Global Teacher Award by SET Foundation, the Visionary Leader Award, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Award, and many more accolades under his belt. Welcome on the show, sir. It's a pleasure to have you. So, very quickly, Mohan sir, my first question is for you that a leader knows exactly what it takes to be a leader. So, our audience would love to know what are the qualities that a leader should possess and what are the challenges that a leader faces.
A wonderful question, and very good evening to you as well as to all the audience and my co-chair, co-panelist Rituji. So when you talk about a leader, so first of all, the leader is a person who knows the way, goes the ways, and shows the way.
Right.
Leader indefinitely is an awakener. He's a person who inspires, who can take the team along. So the qualities, the traits which a good leader should possess, first of all, should be a great visionary. He should have a futuristic vision, and he should be a good team player. Considering the current scenario, the leader, he has to be a forerunner, a torchbearer who can visualize the changes and can act as a good and strong team player.
Right. All right. Moving forward, ma'am, what all activities do you encourage in your school to make your students of today the leaders of tomorrow?
Good evening to all. See, there's a very old saying, today a reader, tomorrow a leader. So foremost, I always emphasize upon creating an environment which is conducive to reading. And we conduct many such activities like their activity, drop everything and read, which encourages children to read and which actually tells them how important it is to read. Then, like all other schools, a council of students is appointed or elected to assist the teachers in the maintenance of discipline. In a classroom also, students are delegated certain responsibilities according to their abilities, not just only appointing one single class monitor. This also fosters leadership skills. Then we encourage them to organize events and competitions. Like students of senior class, they are given the responsibility to organize a competition for the students of the junior class. So, and during the past year, the year of the pandemic, we've seen that students, when they organized online events, they did even better than teachers because they are more techno savvy. Then we always involve the students in giving ideas for the title and title pages of the school almanac, school prospectus, school magazine. This fosters their creativity and gives them the confidence to be a leader. Then we also organize many social campaigns and social surveys where they are allowed to go in the vicinity and interact with the people on topics of environmental concerns like stubble burning or segregation of waste or conservation of water. And there they actually get a chance to convince the people to their viewpoint. So this is like teaching practical leadership.
Right. Neeraj sir, moving forward, do you think, see, if we look at our history books and everything, we'll talk about all the revolutionaries, things that were applied centuries ago. Okay, one should not forget one's root. That's obvious. But don't you think so? Now the time has come where our heroes should be like Ratan Tata, Elon Musk, Narayan Murthy, Jeff Bezos, Jack Ma, such people. What do you think?
I exactly second your opinion, Himanshu. See, with the changing time, we have to redefine the concepts. May it be a patriotism, may it be leadership. When you talk about even patriotism in the modern era, patriotism does not mean that I have to go on the borders or fronts and I have to shed my blood. I could be a patriotic by being at my home, conserving the resources, discharging my duties honestly, sincerely, not being corrupt. Similarly, if you talk about the leadership, there is an entire change. So the names of these popular leaders which you said, they are the real model for the upcoming generations. Of course, in this line, I would love to add that even the teachers,
Hmm.
the principals,
Right.
those who acted like harbingers of change during this pandemic, when the world came to rest, it was only teaching fraternity which was working.
Right.
And the way they evolved, the way they innovated, the way they upgraded, I feel that these teachers, these edu leaders, they are also to be given due recognition and should be looked forward as the real heroes.
Right. Absolutely. The unsung heroes. Basically, they were the real Corona warriors. So
True.
that's true. That's true to on so many levels. To be very honest, and I think so. I personally believe that fine, we might not be present at the borders, but we are still fulfilling our duties by way of paying taxes, by not being corrupt, like you justifiedly said. All right. Moving forward, ma'am. Teacher is the first face of leadership, right? According to a student. How important is it for teachers to show good leadership traits in classrooms? Like for example, I've seen people, some teachers, ki like, "Chup raho, abhi baat mat karo." Not that. A good leadership teacher.
Okay, they say something like teachers impact eternity. Nobody
Wow.
knows where their impression ends. So, and in the early years of their life, students they learn maximum by imitating and they mimic their teachers.
Hmm.
What they see, they mimic. So it is very important that a teacher acts like a real leader in the class. See, in the class of 40 pupils with from varied backgrounds, she's the real leader. She has to get work done from them. And every day while teaching, there are many different situations that arise in the class. And her skills, they are put to test. For example, let's take the situation. She goes to the class and the class is not in a mood to study. They demand a games period, a very common everyday situation. How she handles it? Does she succumb to their demand? Or is she able to mobilize them and teach maybe in an interesting manner, maybe with the help of a quiz, maybe with the help of an activity? So, there, the way she behaves, the same quality the students will pick up, and same way they will behave in their homes and offices in the later years of their life. So it is very important that teachers they actually exhibit right leadership qualities in the class.
Right. Wonderful. All right. Moving forward, Neeraj sir. According to you, how can free and supportive environment encourage students to experiment and test new ideas, which is very important to become a leader?
See, if I talk about a leader, leader is not, born in the maternity ward.
Yeah.
Leadership is a trait. It is an acquired behavior.
Nurtured.
The leaders, exactly. So you hit the nail properly. So leadership is a skill. It is a trait which need to be nurtured, which need to be groomed. And of course, the conducive and congenial environment helps in making a great leaders. So leaders are made,
Right.
and school is a miniature of the society which helps in bringing up the leadership skills. As even Rituji has put up, the plenty of the plethora of activities which we people do in the school. If the teachers provide the conducive environment to the children, we engage them into various kind of activities. See, whenever there are cultural events, we tell the students, we guide them, we groom them that how to do the event management. Various roles, responsibilities are assigned to the students during any kind of cultural, religious, or other activities in the campus. So these are the small factors which help them in making, help them to take strong and great decisions. It helps them in improving their communication skills. So the whole lot of gamut of activities which are undertaken in the school campus helps in setting the foundation of a great leadership. And if the same things are carried out in the higher education, definitely the child can learn through experiences.
Right.
So this really helps in making a great leader.
All right. Wonderful. Uh, One of the best quotes about that insight was that school is a miniature of our society. To be very honest, that's what I've always believed. That so many different cultures, diversified people coming together, and then how they are formed into a free flowing and a process into a process. That's one of the most beautiful things I love about a school. All right, very quickly, ma'am. Last but not the least, in your opinion, how important is it to be a socially responsible citizen in order to become a great leader?
Okay, if we see the political arena of our country, then there may be leaders, there are leaders who may or may not be socially responsible. And they have acquired those positions maybe because of their resources. But if we talk of organizational leaders, maybe a big organization or a small one or educational institutions, then it is very important for the person who is at the helm of the affairs, who shoulders all the responsibilities. And it is very much important, essential, that person should be a socially responsible citizen. Because every organization, I personally believe, has an unwritten social commitment.
Hmm.
So, and every leader has the power to impact the lives of the people in the vicinity of the organization. Let's take the example of Ratan Tata here. See, he always undertakes, initiates many such schemes and programs for the welfare of the public. So, every leader has this power. And if the leader is himself or herself is not socially responsible, I think this power will be either misused or left unused. So it's very important that a leader is a socially responsible citizen so that others can imitate and he can motivate others also.
Right. And to be very honest, you spoke about Ratan Tata. Even his predecessor, Jamshedji Tata, he was the first person who had social insurance for his employees, and he who
Employees.
introduced 8 hours of working health insurance for his employees, 8 hours of working for his employees. So yeah, socially responsible citizen. Thank you so much, Neeraj sir. Thank you so much, so much, ma'am, for coming on
Thank you
board
so
and
much.
giving me your valuable time. Ritu ma'am, Neeraj sir, it was a heartfelt conversation, even though it was only for 15 minutes. But then again, I had a blast. Thank you so much, guys.
Same here.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you
luck
so
to
much.
you.
Yeah.
Nice
Thank you so
associating
much.
and
All the
interacting
best.
with you, Ritu ma'am and Mr. Manshu. Good luck.
Thank you so much,
Same
Neeraj sir.
here.
Wonderful
Okay.
insights.
Okay, Neeraj sir.
And
Thank you
again,
so much.
Neeraj sir, dapper.
Thank
Have
you,
a
sir.
nice day, sir. Have a
Okay.
nice day, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.